Well, morning, sports fans. It's almost 6 o'clock in the morning. It is Saturday. Do I have to remind you what the hell today is? Well, if you notice little colors on the shirt over here, it looks like it's red, white, and blue day. Gee, what does that mean? And what is that thing he's got on his head? What's called a cap with the mic coming down. It's one of those damn things. It's going to be one of those days. So, what's been happening is, last night we did have our, well, dare I say it, our little fireworks party all around the damn apartment complex again. Before some of you get into a burp up your butt at this one here, vandalism was done last night. I got proof of it. I don't have the culprits, I just have the after effects. And I'm really pissed off at my management. I'm also pissed off at the damn people who live here. Where it was done, management could have done something about it if they were here, but they weren't. They're always not here. They maintain an illusion of having an apartment over here, but they really don't do any crap over here. And if I happen to start up any problems with management, it's going to start up with me as well. Now, holding me accountable for their bullshit is pure bullshit. Because at this point, I'm almost about ready to chuck it in. This is supposed to be July 4th. It's supposed to be a holiday where people celebrate the 4th of July with no issues. And unfortunately, there is an issue at this point. These fucking bastards want to play head games. But I'm also too known this apartment complex. I'm supposed to be talking about life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness. Well, it doesn't always work that way, and right now it's not that way. No, we're talking about life of ghetto. Hard topic to talk about early in the morning hours. But it has to be said and it has to be done. Simply put, there is no other way. The rich created the ghetto. I'm certain of that. The rich created their own nightmare, and they don't want to be held accountable to it. Which kind of sucks because they created the whole damn shit in the first place, and they don't want to know about it. They don't want anybody else to know about it. They don't want anybody else to care about it. So, I'm supposed to care about it. Me making a grandiose joke and grandiose statements because I was worried more about my damn dog. But putting me responsible is like putting me on payroll, and I'm not on payroll. I'm just a resident. I'm only one guy over here. Nobody else gives a hoot in this complex. I live right next to Edwards Air Force Base here. You think anybody else would care about this neighborhood? No. Low-income apartments, people don't care about. They'd rather get rid of them. They'd rather see their own expensive homes out of here. They'd rather have that kind of neighborhood. Problem is, their own neighborhoods are getting more worked up. People are complaining more and more about their other neighbors having more fireworks over there than this other area. But we still have our dog issues over here because we still like our dogs. Independence Day was supposed to be something that people can enjoy together. And unfortunately, in the process, we hurt our dogs a lot. We hurt them a great deal with the sound effects left and right because we wanted to hoot and holler and celebrate. There have been areas in my town that I reside in that they are shooting guns. They're throwing up ammunition, pieces of lead particles that rain down holy terror on us. And they don't even bother to think about this. They don't even think about what happens when all their particles are scattered about, or if there's going to be any fires or anything. People think they're safe because they're doing it among houses. They are not going to get burned up. I got news for these people. I got news for them. You guys are all living in illusions. Freedom, cost of freedom is always paid for in blood. Somebody else's blood. Or maybe you're going to sacrifice for somebody else. Are you going to sacrifice for somebody else? I mentioned about the ghetto situation because in every town there is a little bit of a ghetto. And they don't even want to acknowledge it. There's always a separation of classes. The rich and the poor. The poor get stuck with the free food half the time, and they're probably content with that because it's almost expired and they can use it pretty damn quickly. The rich are looking at it like, well, shit, how can we just throw the shit away? Why can't we throw them away? We're rich. What do we care about? Well, the rich cared because, actually the rich don't care, because they actually help create the disparity constantly. The NIMBY attitude, not in my backyard. Anything happens in their own backyard, they figure it's own backyard and screw everybody else. Suffer the collective good is for their own good. Why should they care about somebody else? That's their version of America. Can't stand it. Nor can I stand wearing a damn hat regarding situations that I have to live in or be content with. It pisses me off. I don't wear the red, white, and blue for this particular season over here, and it probably pisses off the spirit of my brother because my brother was a Navy vet. And I should be flying my colors of my country, but you know what? I'm not. I am distressed in my country. I am distressed in my countrymen, my country folk, my country people. Because we have so much going on right now. We got so much divisiveness and derision going on right now. Even class warfare and even race warfare. Yes, I dare open up the Pandora's box this morning. This is supposed to be a celebration of our country, and yet it feels more like a damn memorial. We're burying all the good parts of our country at this point over here, while keeping the rotten stuff out. I mentioned about the ghettos. I will always mention about the ghettos at this point over here. From this point on. The other thought was just Heidi-flighty, trying to figure out our past. Well, our past is staring in front of our faces, in the classes and in the races. And it is what I've noticed. I'm an observer. I observe a hell of a lot of things without saying much. I'm saying much. I'm saying much. Who the hell am I to be judgeful? I'm not judging. I'm just reporting. Some people think I could be a good reporter. But I had the good journalism skills because I observe so much. Well, I'm observing that there's a lot of disparity going on. People have their own viewpoints of what the story is supposed to be. There are different sides to a story. If you're a writer, you'll understand this. That you're either trying to convey a message or trying to convey an adventure of a sort that would make you feel for the protagonist. How the hell does this work with the country? Even our country's got a story to tell with all of its many protagonists and antagonists going on. And how it started. There are many people who have researched the past of our country, trying to decipher whether or not our country is worthy or not. Is the country worthy? And of whose definition is the worth? that has always been the challenge, hasn't it? We always have our own viewpoints of what things are supposed to be. And yet our own viewpoints only fit our own agenda, not everybody else's agenda, because everybody else doesn't understand what the agenda is. They're still trying to figure themselves out, and they're having issues over it. You're back. Sorry about the long way there. I had to have my coffee to wake up. Not easy to do in the morning, especially when you have about an hour and a half worth of sleep, because of things happening around you. People don't know what it's like to live in a ghetto when you have very little hope, and you're struggling to get out left and right. I do. Struggling working mother trying to keep 2 boys alive. And yeah, if we're going to be throwing into your Pandora's box of grace, might as well. My own mother. But living among others who are working stiffs as well, working poor. I've lived in different poor sections of the San Fernando Valley. The places where they actually had the cheaper rent. Not the good-looking places, but just sometimes run down. But even run down, they also have their own charms anyway. You just had to make use of it, and you had to make the best of it. North Hollywood apartment, one house, another house in Arleta. A nice ranch house of the sort, but in the midst of racism, multi-ethnic culture, and some people didn't like each other. When you're a young kid, you're picked on by the junior high brats who go over to a nearby junior high that terrorizes every new class that comes in. Which really puts you down when you're a raw color. And then, some stroke of luck, you get transported to another school and move to another junk neighborhood, but you get to a better school. I was lucky enough I had junior high and high school as the better schools, even though the neighborhood sucked. But they tried. And I did feel the ethnicity differences over there, but the problem is I wasn't terrified about it like I was with you as a young child. No, I just had drugs and I had guns in the area, that's about it. That's all there is. And you move from a area of racial tensions and racial profiling, you move into a neighborhood that has their own gangs. And you had to hide on that one, which I did. So much for celebrating America's freedom at that point. But it's still class warfare, basically. You're under GR, you're this schlock, and people yelled at you for it. People yelled at you for using food stamps, literally in front of people. How dare you do that? At a Gemco? You have a membership at a Gemco, but you're doing this here? God, you'd think it was at a Broadway's or a Bullock's using a food stamp card. Well, you go to Vons and you can still get the same treatment, but not by the, not only by the customers, by sometimes the employees. Once in a while I would come across it. The store employees were trained not to do that, but sometimes they had the look and they had the unconscious feel of it. It was the shoppers mainly that made you feel smaller than crap. Anybody who had food stamps was looked at as lower upon. When you had to get more food stamps, you had to go to different locations in the valley. Usually run-down places, run-down storefronts. Minimum waiting inside and stand all the damn time waiting for your food stamps, and then you got them and signed for them, and that's it. They didn't mail them to you. You had to go out in there and get them all the time, every month. Made Mom pissed off about it. There were a few retailers out there, specialties, who actually didn't care about the food stamps. They still used them. They were good people too. And when you, as a kid, or as a young adult, or actually a teenager, had the food stamps in your card, you were trying to use them to get groceries for your family, you were also looked down upon. See, I know what ghetto feels like. But not the class warfare where people are looking at you ready to jail your ass. No, they just wanted to throw your ass out in the damn street for the fun of it. You're almost out of your own damn home sometimes. But it didn't happen. As long as you get better and better jobs, as long as you get money coming into the household, you're able to afford better rent, better food, and you had more income coming into the household, you survived. That's what I did, survived. See, growing up as a food stamp kid, I understand what disparity felt like. But I didn't understand the racial portions of it. I didn't understand what it was like to be racially subjugated. Until I moved into areas when I was younger and got picked on by blacks and Latinos because I was white. Welcome to Arleta back then, back in the mid-'70s. I was also next door to Pacoima, almost close to San Fernando. And you still feel the disparity over there. Not many white people you run into, except if they're a little better section of town and had a little bit more money and able to get around as much, or they're working with the youth all the time. Summer youth employment job I had when I was 16, 17 years old, working for the Los Angeles City Park and Rec Department. They had me moving around from place to place in the San Fernando Valley, taking care of the West End. There was a major project that had to be done, and we needed more manpower. So we got people from the East End to help us out. Still part of the city of Los Angeles. And you can see the cultural discrepancies. You can see the cultural differences. You can also see the attitudes left and right. It got to the point where they had to be moved out because their attitude wasn't needed at that point. The manpower was. I'm sure the employers had a talking with them about it. They may have gotten them where they needed to in different areas, but in different sections of the valley, you really had to behave yourself. Unless you're a different part of a gang, that's for sure. Canoga Park Association. God. Yeah. It would run Canoga Park in different areas of it. Canoga Park sounded almost like it was a real fun zone and expensive as hell. Nope. Another cheap zone. Another cheap zone. There were different sections of it that they kept to themselves. But there was a lot of ghetto areas in there that formulated the Canoga Park Association. Same thing like the Violent Boys and other gangs. tell me about ghettos. And it's racial, and it's also class warfare. I don't look at July 4th as a holiday like I used to, with stars in my eyes and hope in my heart regarding our country. I got rid of that illusion a long time ago at this point. Because after what I've been seeing these days, what people wanted, or theoretically what they kept choosing actually. I'm not so sure about my country anymore. I'm not comfortable with it. I'm not supposed to be comfortable with it. I'm supposed to be part of a country. I'm supposed to be part of a culture that means a damn. But if it doesn't mean a damn thing, then what the hell is it? I mean, what is it? What makes our country theoretically great? For who? For what? For people with a lot of money? For people with no hope? Well, I'm sorry, the people with no hope don't matter, because they have no hope, they have no class, they have no money, they don't matter. And they're also racially different than us, so screw it. So now we're playing the race card with the melatonin issues. Now we're playing that one. I got money. What do you got? I got money for stuff. What do you got? I drive around in a car. I can do this, do that. What do you got? Oh, you want that, do you? What do you want? You want a handout? Go play with the sewers. Should be a quarter in there for you. You're not gonna get a place near my place. No. My property values won't be able to deal with it. How dare you come into my neighborhood like that? Looking like that. Smelling like that. Who the hell do you think you are? Hmm? Coming into my neighborhood? Yeah, he's got a GR card. Oh, good Lord, what brings you here? Don't you know this is the most expensive supermarket around here? We have to shop. Oh, you just wanted to visit. Well, you just visited. Go right along now. Right along. You don't need to come over here. I don't want you over here. Go away. Our stuff is much too expensive for you. Oh, you have a job. Oh, that's fine. And how many peanuts are they paying you anyway? Fast food, are we? Oh, you have a profession? Well, would count for much. But you're not the right person to come over here. No, you're not. I'm telling you so. I live here, you don't. It's my neighborhood, it's my town. It's my America, you get out of there. It's my place. Oh, good Lord, he's back again. He's actually looking a little more permanent pressed. Well, he's got a sharper seat. Yeah, but look at him. Look at her. Oh, the right salt. Come off it. Why would they want to be here? Yeah, they're bringing their sons over to our school? How dare you? Who do you think you're dealing with? You gods. Who the hell do you think you are? coming over to my place and tell me what I'm going to do. Oh, you're going to be part of a school board? Ha! I am the school board. I run it. Yes, I do. I'm the entire school board. It's my school, my child, my name on the school, yes. You dare not come over here. It's special. It's chalk. You run along to that little public place that you went to, that little public college. It's the university here. We're more refined. We're more academic. We're not as scruffy as you. How much trash can did you crawl out of? Hey, look at the clothing he's got. It's a Walmart special, isn't it? I wear Gucci's myself. Gucci on the way. I wear the most expensive things because I can afford it. My parents are rich. They're grooming me to be president of the United States, you know. All I gotta do is win the votes. All I gotta do is buy on people left and right. And suppose I can pay for you, for your vote. I'll be governor first, and then I'll be president of the United States. And that way I'll be able to run the country in the way I want it. And I'll be getting rid of the likes of you. But we may have a servant class. Oh, God. What's he doing now? He's protesting? He's marching in the street? Good God, what the hell are these people crawling out of? They're crawling out of the sewers everywhere. Ew. Nasty little hobbits here. Don't they know what they're doing to Paul Sauron here? This is my town. Oh, they're getting on the city councils. They're getting in the county seats. Ew. They dare to go for my governorship. No. It's my job. It's mine. You can't run for president. It's my job. This is my place. Get out of here. Everybody, get out of here. This is my place. Oh, no. What did they do to the United States government? They put people in the House of Representatives. Oh. They put people in the Senate. No. Oh, God, they're running from my job. No. And guess what? We had somebody coming in the presidency who will actually be decent enough to everybody. Except for the stressed out case who just freaked out like crazy. But a little bit of a demonstration of what's going on. A little bit of levity and insultations for everybody today. So I promise the next video will be either more the same or different.